So we landed in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and our very first stop is Holman Motorcars. They have Rolls-Royce, Bentley, and Aston Martin, so let's go check out some amazing luxury cars. In the Rolls-Royce showroom, we've got this Rolls-Royce Dawn black badge in iced Salamanca blue. You've got the Selby gray interior with cobalto blue accents and the blue stitching. I love that, for the double R monogram on the headrests. This paint costs $20,700. That's a lot of money for paint. So with options, the total price of this is $456,000. Over here we've got a black Cullinan and then a black Phantom. This car is huge. I'm not a big fan of the Aston Martin DBX, but I must admit it looks amazing in hyper red. I've seen this color on the DBS Superleggera a few times, and it looks really good on this car as well. We've got two more DBXs over here. You've got this little area where you can choose which color you want, which paint color. So many options. I love this one. Aston Martin Racing Green, the matte finish. Their greens are incredible. You don't really see them in yellow too often. And then you've got the different leathers and Alcantaras, the stitching. I love this dealership. Got a DBS Superleggera over here in a very subtle spec. Look at that glossy exposed carbon fiber. Metallic black paint. Ooh, look at this interior. This is hot. I love this. Red leather with the diamond stitching. You've got forged carbon fiber interior trim. And then over here, you've got a yellow tang Aston Martin Vantage Roadster. Very bold color with the carbon fiber vents on the hood. This one comes to just under 200 grand. So now we're checking out this 2021 Lamborghini Huracan STO in Giallo Bellinis, a gorgeous metallic yellow paint color. This camera definitely does not do it justice. It looks amazing in person. 631 horsepower, so it doesn't make any more horsepower than the Huracan Performante or Huracan Evo, but it's a lot more track focused. You've got this manually adjustable rear wing. You can put it in high, medium, or low. Right now it's in medium. Look at all this meshwork back here. And it says STO in the middle. Check out the interior on this Cullinan black badge. You've got white leather with red accents as well as black accents and carbon fiber trim on the dashboard. Such a classy but sporty interior. That's why I love the black badge. I mean, this carbon is just so cool. We've got the illuminated door sills and the red coach line, as well as the black Spirit of Ecstasy and the black chrome grille. Out of these three Rolls Royces, which one are you taking? The Cullinan black badge, the Phantom, or the Ghost? Now we're at Fort Lauderdale Collection South with this Mansory AMG G63 wide body in G Manufacture China Blue, a $6,500 option. This thing is so sick. You've got the exposed carbon hood from Mansory, blue tinted. It's kind of hard to see on camera. You've got carbon up there with the lights, Mansory in the center instead of the Mercedes logo. You've got more carbon here. Basically tons of carbon, and the wide body just looks so cool. Do you guys like Mansory or do you prefer Brabus? Personally, I prefer Brabus, but this Mansory G63 looks really awesome. So this wide body Rolls-Royce Cullinan just showed up. This is not factory, obviously. I'm actually surprised at how much I like it. Personally, to match the black wheels, I would have blacked out this trim, this chrome trim surrounding the windows, this trim, the door handles, exhaust, this piece. I would have just blacked everything out, and that piece as well, so it'd just be white and black, but this still looks pretty good. Inside, we've got a blue Bugatti EB110. I actually saw this back in November through the glass, but the dealership was closed when I showed up, so I had only seen it through the glass. But now we're gonna go inside and check it out, even though it is really cramped in here. So here is the EB110. I would definitely get this car in blue. It looks okay in silver and other colors, but I think blue looks the best. You just have to get a Bugatti in blue. This car was so revolutionary in the 1990s, and you could definitely tell it's from the 1990s because of this outdated interior with that wood trim and the all gray leather. You can see the engine. Such a good looking car. And these wheels are really cool. BBS wheels. Also in the showroom is this 360 Challenge Stradale. This 720S Spider with Vorsteiner parts, this exposed carbon fiber hood and front splitter. You've also got carbon mirrors. And over here we've got the Ferrari 812 N-Largo by Novitec in matte copper with matte carbon fiber for the rear wing, rear diffuser. The interior is just your standard 812 interior. The exterior is where this car shines with the N-Largo body kit. These wheels are sick. This color is surprisingly nice. So what's unique about this car is the carbon bodywork that adds 14 centimeters to the width of the car, and it makes 840 horsepower, which is up from the standard 789 horsepower. It's a conversion from the 812 Superfast, and Novitec only made 18 of them. So now we're at Ferrari Maserati of Fort Lauderdale with two very special McLarens, the $2.7 million McLaren Elva and the $2.6 million Senna Can-Am. Let's first take a look at the McLaren Elva. So this specific one actually came from Canada, and it features a full exposed carbon fiber body over vintage tan leather. The seats are covered, but you can see over here the vintage tan leather. So this full visual carbon fiber body option costs $226,000. How insane is that? And then this car has $94,000 in MSO bespoke options. Some of the options include the silver twin stripes, the top center marker on the steering wheel in vintage tan leather, gloss carbon fiber paddle shifters, McLaren orange brake calipers, which is a $3,350 option, a black McLaren logo on the brake calipers, and interior gloss carbon fiber trim, which is a $5,050 option. To put things into perspective, for the price of this exposed carbon fiber body, you can get a lightly optioned Maserati MC20, since this car starts at $215,000. This one's in the launch color, Bianco Audace. It's a matte pearl white with a blue hue, and this one has gloss carbon fiber, blue accents on the interior, carbon fiber interior trim, and you've got the infotainment screen in the center there. The more I see this car, the more I like it. I think it looks good, the styling is on point. The sound isn't particularly great, but the performance of this car is great. You've got all this meshwork at the back of the car, a gloss carbon fiber rear diffuser, and 4 exhausts. You've got 2 here and 2 here. I'd love to know if you guys would take the McLaren Elva over the Ferrari Monza or the Aston Martin V12 Speedster, because personally I would definitely take the Monza over the Elva and the V12 Speedster, but I'm curious to hear which one you guys want the most. Next to it we've got the Senna Can-Am, a street legal McLaren Senna GTR. This one is number 3 of 3 Can-Am editions produced by McLaren, and it's finished in McLaren orange over black. The Senna Can-Am was built in 2019 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of McLaren's dominant performance in the 1969 Can-Am season. Driving the McLaren M8B car for the McLaren race team, Bruce McLaren and Denny Holm won all 11 of the races in the Canadian-American Challenge Cup. Bruce McLaren was crowned the champion with 6 wins. The Senna Can-Am is themed around the M8B race car, and only 3 were were built, so it's very special for me to see one today. Right here is the hand-painted 50th anniversary commemorative badge. It says Bruce McLaren on the rear fender and Can-Am on the wing end plate. So on that rear fender it says Bruce McLaren, but on this rear fender it says Denny Holm. The Senna Can-Am produces 814 horsepower from the twin-turbo 4-liter V8 engine. That's 25 more horsepower than the standard Senna. And other unique features to this car include these fender louvers, the race number in the white circle, the rear fender signatures, these 5-spoke wheels, these 4 exhaust pipes, the painted Speedy Kiwi and McLaren Cars vintage logo, the painted Canadian flag, and this commemorative badge. So the interior isn't really special, it just has Can-Am stitched into the headrests. You've got black Alcantara and satin carbon fiber. And there's the price, $2.6 million. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this car and if you think it's worth that price. On the other side of the showroom, we have a Ferrari 430 Scuderia Spider 16M with red tinted carbon fiber. This was completed not by Ferrari themselves, but by the Zanassi Group in Maranello, Italy. Over here we've got a Ferrari 599 GTO in Bianco Avis with a blue Tour de France stripe. I love how this blue shimmers in the showroom lighting. The price on this one, $900,000, just about. This spec is nice. I mean, it doesn't thrill me because the color is white, but if it was like blue with a white stripe, I think that would excite me a little bit more. Believe it or not, this Ferrari California T is for sale for $350,000 because it's a special 70th anniversary spec, as you can tell by this badge. It's inspired by the 1954 Ferrari 500 Mondial Pininfarina Spider, and it's painted in blue electrico with jeans Onde Rosso fabric seats. If one 812 N-Largo wasn't enough, we've got another one right here in Azzurro Dino, a solid blue paint color with gold wheels and blue brake calipers and a blue leather interior. This spec is amazing. I love this. So now that we finished up at Ferrari Fort Lauderdale, let's head over to the next destination. So now we're at H. Gregg Lux in Pompano Beach with this racing yellow Porsche 911 Speedster, the 2015 Ferrari LaFerrari. We've got not one, not two, but 3 Bugattis. The Bugatti Divo, 1 of 40 made. You've got 3 Paganis over here. And then over here we've got 2 more Paganis. And then we've got a Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse in exposed brown tinted carbon fiber.